How you doing, guys? This is going to be like an in general video. First, I want to say if you like to watch all these lawn care videos, there's so many of them out there, so many different guys making videos. One I just started watching, uh, the name of his is geek2freak.com. You can look under Geek to Freak on YouTube here. And his name is Greg. He makes some great videos. A lot of very interesting points, a lot of tips, a lot of good stuff. He's got some really cool videos. There's a few that I watch all the time. Check out his and check out Stewcare Mowing Paints. They make some great videos. And there's another one I watch all the time. I'm trying to think of it off the top of my head, but if I think of it, I'll come back to that. There's a lot of good videos you can watch if you're looking for tips, different things to do. Hope you're liking my videos. I've made a few of them. I haven't made one since, I'd say since winter. I made a few plowing videos with the new camera I got, and that turned out pretty good. I'm going to make some mowing videos, but things have been so hectic and so busy this season. I hope it's going that well for everybody else too. I tried so many different things, like in the marketing video I made. If any of y'all have watched that, I tried so many different things to get new customers, and some things didn't work and some things were great. But this year I went with the Every Door Direct mailers, and it has blown up tenfold better than I ever thought it would. So that's definitely going to be my new marketing scheme from here out. I'm going to keep running with it until it dies out, and then I'll try something new. Different areas, you got to try different things. All depends on your area, your geographics, what works for you. But if you haven't tried that, go ahead and give it a try. Start off with a small program, and if you seem to be getting a lot of contacts off and making some money off it, then that may be the way for you to go. I'm gonna do it a lot bigger this next round than I did the first time, since obviously it worked for me. It's helped me to keep my routes a lot tighter for each day I go out mowing instead of driving all over the place, which has helped because if you watch my videos in the past, you'll see the red Ford truck that I had, which wasn't too bad on gas for being a V8, but this year I upgraded and bought a Chevy 1-ton dually with a big block 454, which is much worse on gas. So tightening up my routes was very, very important this year. And with the Every Door Direct mailers, I was able to hit certain neighborhoods that I was driving right past. So now I park the truck and I mow 2, 3, 4 lawns in a shop before I got to start the truck up again. Less driving, more mowing, and that's the way to do it. And obviously that's everybody's goal, but it has definitely worked out well for me in that aspect. So give that a shot if you haven't tried it out yet, or if whatever your marketing program is now, if it's not working for you as well as you want it to. Definitely give that a shot. I'll give you one quick little example. Total for the marketing program I did with the Every Door Direct mailers, to have them made, I designed them myself. It's very simple to do. To have them made, then to take them to the post office and pay them to deliver them, I probably spent around $500, just slightly over $500 on the whole thing. And I end up targeting 1,340 something houses, which you get to pick if you want to do residential or commercial or both. You can target wherever. But I picked just residential houses because the neighborhoods I was going after didn't really have any businesses there. But anyway, so 1,300 something houses cost me a little over $500, and the second day they went out, the day after they went out, I ended up getting a call, and I picked up a lawn. That lawn was $40 a week to mow it. That was my price for her, and she jumped right on it. I was already lower than the other guy, and I thought I was bidding that one a little bit low. I was trying to get more in her neighborhood, so I bid it a little bit low just to try to keep it together, but still enough to make what I needed to make on it, to be profitable, which I'll touch more on that in a minute. But the average season is between 23 to 26 weeks around here as far as mowing goes in my area, before winter sets in. So to round it off, I made roughly $900 for the season off of one lawn, and that whole program cost me $500. On top of that, I got all the hedge trimming at her house, all the mulching at her house, a spring cleanup, and she's also asked for a fall cleanup at the end of the season, plus snow plowing for the entire winter. So that one property is more than paid for my entire program. And then I started getting more and more calls off more and more houses they went out to. So, like I said, it's worked phenomenal for me. I'm not guaranteeing it will in your area, wherever you're at, but give it a shot. It's worked. On touching on that, what I said I had charged her, that brings me to another point, which is one of the main reasons I made this video, or am making this video. I don't compete with the other landscapers in my area. I'm not in a huge area. There's probably maybe 20 landscapers in my area. New ones pop up every year. They usually last a year. You don't see them the following year. Some of them make it. But there are some that aren't doing as well as me, and there are some that are doing far better than me. A lot bigger companies, been around a lot longer. But my point I'm trying to make is I don't compete with other landscapers, and I feel that it has tremendously helped the growth of my business. I compete with myself, strictly with myself. I set goals of where I want to be each season. I do everything I can to meet those goals. I keep very tight records. I see where I'm at the end of each season. I also do quarterly. I want to see where I'm at the end of each quarter. My tax guy that I file all my sales tax with, all my receipts, my deductions, for all the costs of my business, he keeps everything in a QuickBooks set up for me. And I know it sounds expensive. He charges me very minimal amount each quarter. It's takes a lot of time and a lot of stress off me, and it's not that big of a cost at all, if you can find a good one, a good person to do all of that for you. And he keeps records of it, so I know where I'm at. But what I'm getting at is I knew how many lawns I mowed on a weekly basis last year. I set myself for a realistic, somewhere in the range of 14 to 17% growth I wanted this year. As far as my weekly mows, not counting everything else. And because of those every door direct mailers I did, I more than tripled the goal I set for myself, which makes me extremely happy. When I go to a property and I bid on a lawn, I don't care what their last landscaper got. I don't care if he got more than what I'm bidding it at. I don't care if he got less. I look at a lawn. I know how well my employees perform. I know how well I perform. I know the neighborhood I'm in, how many more lawns I have in that area, what it'll cost me fuel-wise and my equipment. And I know what I need to make on that specific lawn to be profitable. And that's where I bid it. So I don't go in and lowball people like a lot of companies do in my area, and I'm sure it's the same in every network. Every area has their fair share of people that lowball, and every area has their share of people that try to get rich off every lawn. You'll never stay in business that way. I don't know anyone that has. Maybe some people do, and apparently some people do, and they manage to make it work. But set goals for yourself. Don't worry about what everybody else is doing. Don't worry what the other landscapers are doing. I mean, maybe watch them here and there, and like I do, watch these videos to see what other guys are doing, but I don't copy what everyone's doing. I just look for ideas, look for ways that I can improve my business, or ways I can change the way I do certain things that may be more efficient, better for my business all around. But be original. That's the biggest thing you need to do, and set the goals for yourself. They'll be easier to reach, and you'll be able to track your growth better as a company. One other little thing, it's off subject of this that I want to touch on. somebody referred a subscription to a magazine to me a while back, and it's a free magazine. You just go online and you fill out your information. They'll mail it to your house free, or they'll email you a copy of it every time it comes out. I prefer to have it come in the mail when I get time, which is that's kind of odd to say. I never have time this time of year, but when I get a few minutes, I sit down and read it and look through it. And a lot of it's based on bigger geographic areas, bigger cities, things like that. But there's so much information in it, and so many things you can get out of it. The name of the magazine is called Green Industry Pros, and it's great. It's full of information. I usually don't try to promote or sell other companies, but like I said, it's a free subscription, and it's really good. It's got a lot of good stuff in it, a lot of great information, tips, reviews on different pieces of equipment in the industry, everything from weed whackers, blowers, mowers, edgers, chainsaws, you name it. They do reviews and everything. A lot of other companies are in there with their stories and how they grew, different things they tried and didn't try. Things like that. So it'll help you learn a lot of different things, whether you're just starting off or been in the business for a few years and you're just looking for some tips. It helps out a lot. But go ahead and give Geek to Freak a look, and check out his YouTube page and check out some of his videos. Great guy. I don't know him personally, but great guy in his videos, and check him out. Take it easy, guys.